Okay, so I think it is 8 o'clock. I'm live right now, right? No one's going to be watching. But I am live. So, I guess I'm going to talk just for anyone who watches this in the future, because I'm not expecting anyone to show up. Yeah, because there are no viewers, which is not shocking, right? So, no one's ever going to see that, so it doesn't matter, right? Okay, I'm actually really cold. Let me. Okay, I had to turn the AC off. All right, here we go, I guess. I meant to put a timer up in the corner. Currently, there is no timer, so I'll be using my phone as the timer, but this evening I will try to I'll get a timer onto the stream overlay. So, but the way this is going to work, we're going to do 50 minutes. So I've put 50-minute timer right there. And then we're going to take a 10-minute break. And then 50 minutes, and then 10 minutes, and then 50 and 10 and 50 and 10 for at least 4 hours. And then I'll do some more streaming in the afternoon. Take a break for lunch. I'm not going to eat lunch today. So it'll be for a break, I guess. I'm going to go for a walk or something. Okay, so let's get started. Let's change here. So I am working through the Odin project. I am at the shopping cart project. I went through and created some stuff for it already. Like I made the GitHub, the repo. I can actually just show you. So this is a thing. I made this a couple weeks ago actually, and then life got in the way. I haven't been able to work on it, but so essentially I'm gonna make a store, right? So I basically have a general layout. My plan is to my plan, right? So I have to make a shopping cart. It's essentially a little e-commerce store. Right, feel free to pause this if you want. You can read through what all the assignment says. So for the project, my plan is I'm going to make like a Hyrule Castletown market. If you've played Zelda, you know what that is. And I'm going to use, I found this wiki that's got a bunch of the items on it. So my plan is to, go through and be like, oh, hookshot, grab out probably this one because they look the best, the Ocarina of Time 3D model. So, I'd grab that, create essentially a store where I'm selling all of the items. So like hookshot, I'll put the bow on there. Maybe sell arrows, whatever, sell the little spells, whatever it might be. I'm not, set in stone on all that, but I've got this huge list of items, right? I could sell swords, shields, tunics, so I'm going to go through there and pick out maybe 8, 12 or so and create a store with them. Right? Selling Boomerang, Eye of Truth, right? Hammer, whatever I might want to sell. So that's my plan. Yeah. So we're gonna have to create an object basically and put all this info in here. I wanted to use an API. There are like Fortnite APIs and stuff like that, but I don't know Fortnite and I don't really care for it. And I tried to find a good Zelda API and there's not one. So I'm just going to, my plan is to create a JS module with just an array in it, and then build a bunch of objects, right? Put a bunch of objects in it with all the details like the image, title, price, description, all stuff like that. Put them in the item, and then import that item into the React component that they're used in, and use it to display the info. So that's my plan. So we're gonna have to build that at some point. And I got this, I might use this as like the background image for the homepage. I'm not sure, but that is the actual market, right, from the game, if you've seen it. So that's my plan. So guess we need to get started, right? So if you look, right, just to GitHub, all that, yada yada. Oh, okay, let's go back down here to. Ooh, they have put React testing in here. I have not done the React testing sections. Maybe I should do those first. They just updated a couple days ago. So yeah, look, see, they added a deeper look at Git in the testing section too. They're changing stuff in here. Now I was gonna say, let me pull up, where am I at? See, I have the React testing library. I'm looking for the React router docs right now. I know I had them. It's not in here, is it? Yeah, why did I don't know. Oh no. Let's put it in a new one. So I put it in this JS file. I got way too much stuff in here. But here, so this this project, the shopping cart project, is essentially set up to where what we're trying to show, right? It says here at the top, use your newly acquired React Router DOM skills. So the idea is we're going to create an e-commerce site, right, where it's going to have a nav bar at the top. It says home, about, products, a shopping cart itself, and then use React Router to route to all the different components based on, like what you're clicking. Like create a nav bar at the top where each of the navs is a link and it routes you to something in particular, and then have a big, like the browser router set of routes, and then you can go through and it will display whatever component you're on based on whatever path you're on. So I read through the docs, I read through the section. So there are basics here. Overview, tutorial, main concepts. I'll keep this main concept section open just in case I need it. I'm thinking now maybe I should go back and knock out these little sections. Let's see what this says. pretty long section. Let's see what the other two sections are. And this is React testing. Testing our vanilla JS applications. If you followed along our lessons, we've been using Jest. Yep. So let's look here. So we can read through all of this in detail. Jest is a testing framework for those who don't know. We used it on the Battleship project just before React. So for React, we'll keep using Jest, add more capabilities to our tests using React testing library. So I don't do very well kind of reading through this stuff. I have to look at the code and stuff, so I kind of usually just look at some code. So we'll render a component using render, API will return an object, and we'll use destructuring syntax to obtain a subset of the methods required. You can read all about. Render can do in the React testing library API docs about render. So we'll pull that up and check that out in a second. So let's see here. So import React from React. Const app function, it just generates an h1 tag and export default app, okay? So, and then we have app.test.js. These are all the files that I remove from create React app. Normally, that's what I've been doing. So import React from React, import render from @testing library /React. So that's in that testing library API. And import app from app, so they're importing this. So describe app component, function it renders correct heading, constant get by role. See, I don't know what get by role is. Render app, expect get by role heading text content to match our first test. Is this a regex I here? I don't really know what that little I does. You'll see get by role is just one of the dozen query methods that we could have used. Essentially, queries are classified into 3. About queries. So there's more docs to read through. Pay extra attention to the types of queries in priorities section as stated by the React testing library docs. Simulating user events. Okay, so we create this. So click handler, right? So app, const heading, set heading, use state. So I guess they've putting this string into the into the state, so that's where heading will be. So anywhere heading is, like down here in this H1, it's going to insert this, and then const click handler set heading to radical rhinos. Okay, so button. So when we're returning, this should be a div. That might be an error in the little thing, but you know, React has to return a div. The only thing React can do is return a div. Well, at least that I know, is return a div. So maybe I'll put a pull request into the top team and have an insert div. But button type button on click run click handler, right? So this is a button, and on click it's going to run function click handler, which we know is this. And it's going to say set heading radical rhinos. So according to our state here, set heading is the function that changes the heading and state. So when we click handler, it's going to change the heading to radical rhinos. So if we set this up, it'd be a button. Originally, it would say Magnificent Monkeys. And we'd click it, and it would change it to Radical Rhinos. Let's test if the button works as intended. In this test suite, we'll use a separate utility to query our UI elements, which has all the methods for querying with screen. We don't have to worry about keeping renders destructuring up to date, hence it's better to use screen to... Again, I don't know what screen is. Based on here, screen is something they're pulling from the testing library. It's an object which has all the methods for querying. With screen, we don't have to worry about keeping renders destructuring up to date, hence it's better to use screen to access queries rather than to destructure render. Okay. And then we have import user event from God, apparently I can't talk this much. Luckily I got water. Okay. App.test.js. Renders magnificent monkeys. Since screen doesn't, what to say? Screen does not have the container property. Will destructure render to obtain container for this test. Okay, this makes sense with the test here, right? So again, for those who aren't familiar with Jest, this is how it describes things. So describe some app component. We have a function and it says it renders magnificent monkeys. Right? Another function enclosed. So const container render app. So I'm assuming this means, right, when the app is rendered, expect container to match snapshot. I don't know what match snapshot is. This must be one of those methods in the screen object, I guess. That's the only thing I can think. And then it renders radical rhinos after button click. So there, app is rendered. When the button screen get by roll button name, click me. So this is grabbing the button, I guess, from what's on the screen. Is that what the way I'm thinking about it? User event.click button. So when the user clicks the button, expect the screen heading text content to match radical rhinos. I mean, it seems like a pretty straightforward test. How long is this section? Okay. We're pretty much right at the end. Just snapshots. I don't know what any of that is. I wonder if that's to match snapshot here. Tests speak for themselves. Yeah, in the first test we use snapshots to check whether all the nodes render as we expect them to. In the second test we simulate a click event. Match the various assertions we could have made. After every test, React testing library unmounts the rendered components. Okay, that's why we render for each test. I was wondering why this render is here. Because it's contained within the same test. So, okay. So I guess once it runs through its little test here, this test and then this test, it unmounts. Right? That's what it says. So that's why we render for a lot of tests for components. The before each just function could prove handy. Okay. Snapshot testing is just comparing our rendered component with an associated snapshot file. For example, the snapshot file they generated after we ran Magnificent Monkeys test was okay. So it's just a big template literal string with all this nonsense in it. So it's an HTML representation. The app component, yes. We compare it against app and future snapshot assertions. If the app changes even slightly, the test fails. Snapshot tests are fast and easy to write. Here's a Here's my issue with that. This is a very simple HTML. Do I have to write this? I guess I'm sure that probably says in the docs, right? If I have to write all that HTML, I mean, this is simple, but for a more complex project, I mean, that could be terrible. Yeah, this is something I was just thinking too. Like, it's so nuanced. You know, what if I accidentally put a period here or something like that, and the punctuation's different, but it's literally the same thing basically. It would fail. Or if you're replacing HTML tags, it's like, this is one of the Okay. So I'll have to go through and read all this, but that makes sense. I haven't done testing in, weeks because I've been doing React and I haven't been doing testing for it. So I wonder if I should just go through this first. But I'm so set on doing the store, I kind of want to just do it the way I kind of have planned and not set up all these tests. Okay. It's all about changing commits. I don't use Git enough. I mean, I basically just use one main branch and do everything, which is definitely not how you're supposed to. Maybe I should read through this. See, I've had issues with rebasing and stuff. Git scares me. I don't know how it works entirely, and I'm always afraid I'm going to delete everything. Should I go through and actually do all this or no? I don't think I want to. Time is it 8:24. Let's look through some of these real quick. Yeah, I'm not doing all that right now. I'm gonna go back in here, did they, or anything else? Nope. They just added this get one to the testing section. And added these 2 React testing sections in for the shopping cart. So I assume now, let's see. Yeah, they added this. Make sure to test your app thoroughly using the right testing library. Take care that you don't directly test React Router DOM since it's an external library. I don't know if I don't really want to do all that right now. So that's new. The last time I looked at this, which was granted 3 weeks ago, this wasn't here. So okay, I guess we just get started on I'm just gonna build this. I'll go back and learn that other stuff later. So let's go and look. This is our app as it currently exists. So this is just create React app. I went through, removed all the extraneous nonsense and added components folder and put all the components that I know I'll need, and an assets folder for, this is where I'm going to put the images and all the objects and everything for when I have to go through. I'm going to put that in the assets folder. I have to go basically make a giant array full of objects with all the info about the products being sold. I'm going to create that and put that in the assets folder. I don't really know what else to do with it. So, I need a product details folder. So let's see where we're at here. Okay. Let's make product details into details. Correct. Should product details or product focus? Well, the details won't be on just the generic products page. We'll make it product details. Where am I at? Yeah, oh. Okay, so we need to make essentially all that, right? So product details.js. We need a product details.css and an index.js. Okay. What is this giant space here? I don't know what that is. Okay. So, okay. Actually need the nav component, I could just build the nav on the top of the top of the app. Right. So that is an idea, right? So something like and then, oh, but I need to, right, put all that stuff in. I need to, when I say put all that stuff in, I need to import React Router. Make sure that I do that correctly. This is deep. See, this is like what I know here. How to actually put the elements, the components in there for routing them. I even got like a bunch of nested components in here too. But I'm sure it's probably in, yeah. So this is what I need to import. So we need to import browser router, route, and we need to import link. So let's do that. So up top here, probably just go actually put this here. So we need to import browser, router, routes, route, and link from React Router DOM. Wait, I have to install React Router DOM, don't I? Yeah. Okay. So let's go back here. Npm install React Router DOM. Okay. And a new minor version of npm is available. I have to count. There has to be a better way to manage this. I don't understand that nonsense. I literally ran the command exactly like it wanted. I ain't gonna bother with that right now. npm's fine. Okay, so why is, oh, because I'm not using any of it. Okay, so we're gonna have to wrap all of this in browser router. Okay. Why is it? What is this? Okay. So we've got our nav bar, and then now we can make links. All right. So to slash, and then it will say what? So I guess we'll have home. Okay. So we need one for about, one for the products, one for the bag. So we'll have one about. If I just make that lowercase, yeah. About, like this one, products, and this one, bag, which is gonna be the shopping cart, but since it's you know, video game and all that, I figured I'd call it bag instead of I don't know how to drink water, so that's that there. Okay, so got that done. So, you know, I could just, I guess, build the nav and then, but it's so straightforward. For now, I'm gonna leave it like this. Might go through and change it later. Yeah, for now, I think I'm just gonna leave it like this. So, okay. So next, we need to set up what all the routes will be. All right. So each one of these, right? Each one of these links, you click on, it would take you to home. You click on and take you to about, click on, take you to products, click on, take you to bags, so on and so forth. So we need to set up an actual route for all that. So this would be and then it's element, right? Apparently I don't really know where these random keys are on the keyboard, so this would be home, I think so, but it's not. I would have to be importing home, right? But I don't have home built already, so we need to go build that. And we do that for each of them. And then the route is self-closing. And so it's giving me an error because home doesn't exist. So this would be about, and we're going to make an about element. And then have one for products and one for bag. So, well, we don't need one just for products because we're also going to be displaying the page when we click on a project, and it will do product details. So if I remember correctly, we need to set up something like this to where it would call each anytime the ID. Yeah. That's what we have to do. So, and then same thing, gonna be product details. Like so. this is gonna have to be one word. So, yeah. Okay, so now we have to go through these errors that are popping up are because they don't exist. Right. React is looking for, or VS Code in this case is looking for, hey, where's product details, products about, blah, blah, blah. Well, we need to import all of them from their subsequent files. But, and I haven't built any of them, so let's do about, because I don't really even know what I'm going to make the homepage yet. I might literally just put that picture in, so I don't know. So let's go to about. I'll open up about. Excuse me. It's 10. Nobody watching still. So, not shocking there. Oh well, maybe eventually someday, right? we can dream about something happening. So okay, so we need to export default and then function Odin about, and then we're just going to return div, and this is going to be our we'll have about us, and some paragraph tag, and just be we were one of the. Let's actually see what it actually says. Let's go here. See what the bazaar says. Wonder if we can find like a history of the bazaar or something and actually say about it. Bazaar is a shop found in Ocarina of Time. Yeah. So this is what the actual bazaar is in Ocarina of Time, as opposed to some kind of history or something like that. Let's see what Hyrule Castle Town says. Really, I don't know my Ocarina of Time or Zelda lore enough to, come up with something good to say about it. Let's just go back and I could just put Lorem Ipsum in, right? Something simple, right? So, this index.js is the standard index.js, so I'm not going to look at that. I need the about index.js. Okay. So we are going to, I forgot how to do this part. Let me see how I did it in my last project. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. So we're going to import about from about, and then we're going to export default about. Okay, save that. Should be fine. That's probably one of my. Okay, so now I just have to go to here, and we are going to import. I'm going to put a bunch of these in. Let me just put this after absence. See, I have no idea if there's any standard way that I should do this or not, but about from where are we at? So it should be components about. Okay. So now, as we see, about is no longer got its little red underline. So we should be able to save that. I don't think it's going to. Oh, it opened it over here. Let me move that. Oh, it doesn't even want to render it because all these are undefined. So, okay. So apparently we need to render and import everything. So the frustrated with how much time to do. I only have 2 minutes left before the first break. And no one is watching. So, okay. Well, at least this is done. Yeah, I don't really know if I want to put anything else here. This, I mean, is something so simple we can update it later, so I'm not even gonna keep concerned. Wait, what? I didn't save it? Okay. Yes. See? Look, this is my biggest issue. Let's go and make a commit. So let's close that. See, so we modified all this nonsense. What did we do? Add nav and about. Okay. So my issue is, let's go, and because I'm crazy, I don't ever trust anything. So let's go to GitHub and see. Yeah. So it's actually here now, like we want, but you know, I know that this should be on a branch, and it's not. That's how I should be doing it. So it looks like we are basically time up for this first 50 minutes. So 2-minute break time. Okay, still nobody here? Perfect. Fantastic. Yep. Nobody watching. So, hopefully, with time, if I put out some videos, maybe people start watching. I guess right now, when I'm still terrible at this, probably best not to. Ooh, am I? Out of focus. There we go. Okay. I have 2 minutes technically on my break. So, be a bum here real quick. See if anyone actually responded to. Nope. Nobody. Nothing as much as a single like. Are there ways to know if someone's viewed something? Here's my one last night about nothing. Nothing at all. Oh. My nose is itching right now. Okay. So, timer's up. All right, back to it. 50 more minutes. All right, I can't actually hear anything. I can't hear that timer when it goes off. So, okay. Okay, what do we need to do here? We need to build a home element. And then maybe if I just, these, yeah. Okay. Let's try to build a home element. So let's open this up. So, home. So we are going to export default function home, returning okay. Let's give each of these a class. probably something I should have done with the about page. So let's see. Let's just make a class name a home page or something. Something simple. Ugh. Okay. Maybe we'll put it all caps. Newsflash to anyone who ever watches this and pays attention. I'm terrible at design. Absolutely awful. So, none of this is going to be pretty. How do I want it to look? I could just put this image here now. Let's save this image. Let's save image as. Ooh, probably should. Let me. Probably something I should have done before. I'm just putting. I don't know if I want to be exposing all of what all this looks like on my computer, so I'm gonna move that down. Okay. Ooh. Can I see this version? See, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Okay. Okay, you can see it from now for sure. Let's put it back here. So, what do I want to call it? Market exterior. Okay. It's a PNG file. Alright, so now that I have that saved, we'll leave this up for now, make sure I'm actually good. So, we could set an image tag with our source being really? Okay. Market exterior.png. And we'll set up an alternate for it. Market exterior. Okay. Close it up. I guess that's fine. Right. I don't really know anything else to do here. So let's import home from home.js. I always forget that it does that. And then we're going to export default. So the reason we do this, for anyone who doesn't know, because I just learned this not too long ago, we could just use home, just use this, export it as default, and then go into the app and import home. But then we'd have like .component/home/home. It just adds more. I guess it just doesn't look good. I don't really know there's a really strong reason to do it. But giving it this way, we can just do it because React's default is it wants to import the index.js file from whatever directory you point it to. So when we come in here, so let me save these both. So when we come in here, we import home from components/home. So there it will just pull out the index.js file. So then we would, otherwise we'd have to do /home, which it would then pull from here. But I guess this is a cleaner way to do it. I saw this file structure thing was so yeah. Okay, so now we have home. We still need products, product details, and bag. So let's comment these out. Can I comment these out or no? There we go. Okay. So now let's, so that we've got that, let's see if I can actually look like anything. So it looks terrible, but it is there. So and when we click about, it goes to about. So this means that our routes are set up properly, which is nice. And then products and bag, they don't exist. Okay, but, and obviously we're gonna come in and clean all this up, you know, when we style everything. But for now, it does work. But the picture is not working. Why doesn't the picture work? Oh, it's trying to pull this up. And it doesn't. The logo doesn't exist because I deleted it. Can I go into the bundle and delete it? No. Okay. I don't need either of those open. Close this up. Close up that about. Okay. Okay. I don't know why the image isn't working. I mean, there it is. Did I not pull it in correctly, or where am I at? Home. Can I import a photo? I guess I could. I've done that in the Webpack section. I've put photos in my other projects. I don't understand. Let me check. Hmm. I must be doing this wrong, but I don't know how. Untracked. I don't know what that means. Hmm. I wonder. If I just make it a JPEG, I wonder if it will work out. Still nothing. Hmm. Oh my god, is that my issue? Wait. Still nothing. So this says I need to put require in front of it. I've never seen that before. Let's see if it works. If it does, and I'll Google it and see what it says. But I'm terrible at this, apparently. There it is. He's right. See how it looks on. Of course. Gonna have to go through it. Do all that fun stuff, right? So, but then click that. Perfect. Okay. So, we'll have the fun later of making it all responsive. For now, though. It's fine. At least it's there. So. Okay. Okay, so this works then. Let's see. Let's Google. Require internal images React. Yes, I know how. I don't really care for this website. I know how, obviously, for whatever reason. To display an image from a local file requires require, I guess. See, I want to know why though. So here it is. I wonder if I do it like this. That's still not super clear as to why, other than it's necessary. Let's try this approach, this import image thing. See if that'll work. So let's see. Assets. Market. Okay. And then we will go in here. And we'll just put image. Save it. Still works. I kind of like that a little more. I think it's a little cleaner. Let's see what require the MDN docs are. Interesting. That's not even. See, this is what I want to know. See, this is for Node. See, these are all referring to Node, which, I mean, I'm not using. I haven't gotten there yet to the back end stuff, so. Okay. Well, since I don't know exactly why it's used, I'm not going to use it because I don't want to use something I don't really understand. But this, I mean, when I'm importing the image from another place, I've done that on other projects. I know how it works, so I'm totally fine I feel fine to use this way. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay. So now we come to I didn't sleep late last night. So now we come to what the harder part is. 25 minutes left in this. Right. I'm going to get that timer working. So there'll be a little timer like right here or something, I think, or maybe I'll put it down in the bottom corner. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna put a timer in so that I'm not basically just keeping track of the time and no one knows what's happening. Okay. So let's now this part's gonna take more work. We need to create the product list essentially. So I really want it's a JS file because it's going to be an object. That's going to be an array. It's going to be an array of objects. I want to put it in the assets folder because it's not a component. Yeah, it's not a component, so it shouldn't be in the components folder. So, okay. So let's go here. Where are we at? Let's and I'm just gonna be exporting it as default. So I wonder if it should have I'm just gonna make products.js or productinfo.js, productarray.js. See, naming conventions are hard. What do I want it to be? Can't use products.js because I have that. I mean, technically I could, but I don't want it to be confusing. Product data. I kind of like that. Let's do product data. I can type .js. Okay. That's just probably where I need to be. So, okay, let's open this up. Now we are going to export default. And then I guess product data. And then we're going to build a bunch of objects. So what will each object have? Each object will have a title. What will that title be? Okay. So first off, we need to So actually did need to stay in assets. So we're going to make a directory of product images. Okay. That way I have those images to pull out when I'm making the object. So we don't need this anymore. Now, we need to know what objects we have, what objects we want to use. So, okay. See how not everything has, everything on here has its promo render, right? Some have their Ocarina of Time 3D model. I think this image looks the best. But not everything has it. So right, what is it? 3D model. Like the bombs don't have a 3D model. Deku Nut has a 3D model. This has a 3D model. Like with this, the promo render might look better there actually. Everything has a promo render. So I feel like it might be better to just use the promo render pictures for everything. And it might just make it a little cleaner. So the question now is, which items do I want to use? Let's think here. So if we start at the top, work our way down. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I could just do something like that then, I guess. Make it really straightforward. A bunch of masks. I could have made the mask shop. I didn't even think about that. Goron sword. Swords. Shields. Tunics. I could make this outrageously large. Sell so many things, but quivers, bomb bags, gauntlets, fishing rod, hearts, stone, This literally has every image of everything. Right? So, let's see the link to the past items. Oh yeah, see they look. I love A Link to the Past. This is one of my favorite games, but all the items are very simple looking. That's not going to look good, so we can't really do that. What's Majora's Mask's items look like? See, this is much cuter looking, I guess. Is the best word. Certainly not as well arranged as the Ocarina of Time items. Let's go back to that. What other one? See, Breath of the Wild has key items. Horse armor. Phantom Hourglass items. I did not like Phantom Hourglass. I never beat it because I did not like it. See, it's like a lot of the other games, you know, Twilight Princess is just artwork and characters, so they don't even have items. Same for Skyward Sword, Link Between Worlds, so on and so forth. So I think we're gonna have to do Ocarina of Time's items, just because they have so many more items. So the question is, which items do we want? So let's go in here, click boomerang. It's rather — 540 pixels is quite big. But we'll go back through and change that stuff as we need to. Download it as a PNG again. Should I save it as a JPEG? I don't really think it matters. See, the hammer is enormous. 600 by 600. Let's look at this one. See, this is a much better general size for, I'll take this one though. I can always go through and resize, all the images and stuff, so it's not a big deal. So, I mean, this is Zelda shop would be complete without bombs, right? It won't let me click it. There we go. Okay. See, I don't want to do a lot of the boring stuff. Like, I want the more interesting items, right? So Oh, look at that. It has the chain wrapped up inside of that. I've never noticed that. Nice little touch there. Okay. Gotta have a bow, right? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. Let's see. Okay, we can do groups of 4 because it just makes I think it just look a little bit better. So we got 8. So we need 4 more things if we're gonna do 12. Could sell shields. Right? Yeah, I mean, I don't think it'd be complete without having a shield, right? So. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. So that's with Highland Shield. Gotta be able to sell arrows, right? So let's grab some arrows. Okay. So that's now what? Let's just go look real quick. List. So we got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got 10. So we need 2 more. Let's sell the Master Sword. You know what? We shouldn't sell the Master Sword. The Master Sword has to be earned, right? Only the hero can carry the Master Sword. So we're not going to sell the Master Sword. That seems a bit, seems wrong. Let's, no. I don't even recall this being in the game. Like, have I not played Ocarina of Time that long? So, let's sell Blue Potion, right? We have Fancy Store. Okay. So that's 11. We need one more thing. And we'll call it good at 12. I don't want to sell masks or anything. I guess I could just sell bomb chews. Right? magic beans. I am making this way too difficult. I should just pick one and sell it. But I want the shop to be good. Perhaps the shop should sell the Mask of Truth. I mean, the Mask shop does sell the Mask of Truth, right? In the actual game. So, yeah. Let's grab the Mask of Truth. Where was it at? There we go. That is a small image. Maybe we won't take that then. Yeah, let's just sell bomb shoes. Okay. So now we have all of our images, right? This much artwork. Oh, more characters. Stupid blade trap. Okay. Okay. I don't think we need that anymore. I wonder if I could find an image of the inside or something and put it here. It's bland, Again, I am awful at design. Okay. We got 4 minutes left in this time. So let's open this up. Okay. I guess I'm just going to go right down the list here, right? So what will it have? So what does each object need? Each object needs a title, it needs its image, it needs a description, and it needs a price. It may need ID. I could just set the key as title though for everything. For now, I'm not gonna do that. I might need to, so I'm gonna have to come back and do it, but okay, so title, arrows, what are we gonna have here? Our image, and then we need to, I wonder if I need to import all the images. We'll find out. I don't really know how to structure that here. Yeah, see? We'll do this one last. So we'll just set a price for everything. How much do I want to make arrows, right? Something simple. Do rubies have 2 P's? Let's find out. One P, 2 E's. Okay. Okay. It's going to have a description. Which is going to be, ooh, this needs to be a string. Need to stop being stupid. I should probably just make this a string too, just to be safe. Okay. Do I not need this here? Okay. Break time. I will come back to this. No, this has to be constant. Maybe they're just being so. Yeah. Okay. 10-minute break. Okay, I was muted. Um, I think there's still no one here. Yep. Okay, we got 2 minutes left on this here break. Still no one has liked my tweet. I assume why no one's here. This is disheartening. Like, there are whole people streaming video games on Twitch and stuff, just to nobody. I guess at least I'm building a project here, you know, something I need to do no matter I was streaming or not. And I guess when you're playing video games, at least you're playing video games, I guess. I don't know. It is, it's sad. Okay, time's up. About to start that timer. Okay, 50 more minutes, right? Okay, let's see here. Here, let me change that. All right. Should we go and look at what, so the description for stuff is? So if I choose that, let's see here. Give me a description. Fairy bow is an item obtained in the forest temple. Fairy bow can be used to shoot fire. Fairy bow can be upgraded from 30 to 40 to 50. Archery minigame. So there is no description for it, really. So we want to look in other languages. You know, what is it in Japanese? Arco de las Hadas. Fienbogen. I want to learn German. The language just seems really interesting to me. My Spanish is decent. I want to learn German. I really want to move to Germany. So. Okay. Just go back and we'll come up with something ourselves. So we'll describe this as I wonder if I should set each of these like this, be a little easier to read. Down there, because we're gonna, after that, right, we're gonna have image. So for now though, how would one describe arrows? Let's see what Wikipedia says. Arrow. A thin, stabilized projectile launched by a bow. Obviously, Andrew. Okay. So we'll call this, something simple, I guess. I don't want this to be overly complex. Again, I'm not good at this stuff. So, okay. Here is my, ooh, see, did I just mess this up? Okay. Now we need to essentially go through and redo that 12 times. So we're gonna need to do 1, 4, so that's what, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so now we're gonna need to do, what's next? Blue ocean. I'll make this one fancy, 150 rubies. This needs to be blue ocean. Okay. Okay. What's next? Arrows, we have bombs. Bombs. Make it be 50 rupees. Again, this needs to be I wonder if I should do this just to, okay. All right, let's just to space it out and make reading it easier. All right, chew. Make this one. Well, bombs are 50 rupees. We'll make bomb shoes 80 rupees. Okay, sounds good. Boomerang. Boomerang is fancy. I'll make this one 150 rupees as well. How would you describe a boomerang? Sounds like this is a question for Dr. Google. No. Boomerang is a TV network. Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I watched that as a kid. Can I just please get a thrown tool? Airfoil. What's an airfoil? Cross-sectional shape of an object whose motion through a gas is capable of generating. See, I have a tendency to get lost in rabbit holes like this. I'll sit here and be like, ooh, what's this? And then I'll start reading about all this nonsense that's pointless. It's designed to spin around an axis perpendicular to the direction of its flight. Turning boomerang is designed to return to the thrower. It is well known as a weapon used by some Aboriginal Australian peoples for hunting. Okay. So what can we call it? We can say boomerang, a throwing weapon that can be used to defeat, to attack and activate switches will return to thrower. Return to thrower. Something like that. Yeah. That sounds good. Okay, so that's boomerang. What's next? Fairy bow. Fairy bow. Now the bow. Big time weapons. We're gonna make this one 300 rupees. Right. Okay. Now, how would you describe a bow? So let's go back to bow. A weapon for shooting arrows. Wow, that's obvious, right? Am I out of focus again? I think I am. No. Just getting old and blind, I guess. Fairy bow. Done. So, Megaton hammer. Hammer, you know, this big time weapons now. We're talking 500 rupees. That's its literal use in the game, right? Yeah, that's definitely what it is. Obviously. Okay. Did the hammer, Hylian, shield. This guy, you know, we'll call this what. What's some other stuff? Boomerang is 150, bomb chew. Let's just make this guy 100 rupees. Again, how would you describe a shield? Right. I know what a shield is. Oh, thank you, Google. Thank you, Google, for letting me know what shield is. Is a shield a weapon? piece of personal armor held in the hand. Okay. Done. Okay. Lens of... Is it cold where everyone else is as well? Because I'm freezing in here. Let me see how cold it is. It's raining and there's a cold front coming through, I know. It's 44 outside and rainy. And gonna be getting colder. So, but it's getting quite cold in here. That break of weather in the 60s and 70s for a few days was nice, but I guess that winter ain't quite over yet, right? Okay. Lens of truth. Again, this is fancy weapon, or I guess a tool, not a weapon, right? Okay. I need to learn key bindings better to move around on here, but okay. Call that. Long shot again. Super use weapon. Should we put the hammer? Fairy bow level. Yeah, we'll put this one at 500 rupees as well. Okay. Is an ocarina a flute? Certainly some type of wind or something, right? A wind musical instrument. Type of vessel flute. What's a vessel flute? A flute with a body which acts as a Helmholtz resonator. Wind throb. Again, here, look at me. Look at me, looking at vessel flutes. See, that's an issue. Okay. Each exists, but typical ocarina is enclosed space with 4 12-finger holes and a mouthpiece that projects from the body. Clay or ceramic, other materials, plastic, wood, glass, metal, or bone. Okay. Now the question is here. See if we can find the Zelda wiki again. Here we go. This is a little different, but my apologies. Excuse me to sneeze. Okay. Okay. Last but not least, slingshot. Yeah, we'll call this one. How much was? Shield was 100. 300, marine 150. We'll make the slingshot 150. Okay, so it does not like whatever I've done here. Why is it upset? Okay. So we can't default export items like that. Erase. So. Okay, so how much time we got? 20 minutes. Now. Okay, we need to. So we have the items built out. Right? We have our array built full of all of our item details. So now we do have 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, apparently I can't count. There's 12. Perfect. Okay, so we have that done. Now we need to build our products, right? Like our little product card. So the first thing we're going to need to import is product how does that look exactly? Product data. Let me look up the different ways for redefining I can't remember if it has to be in Importing aliases, yeah. Okay, yeah, this is what I want to do right here. So it does have to be in curly brackets. Okay. So we need to import product data, yeah, as what do we want to call this here? Should I just call it data? I feel like that's risky. That's what I'm gonna do. It'll make my life easier for now. Is it telling me this is a keyword that I can't use? No. This value's never read. Oh, okay, no. So looks fine. I need to rename this. Okay. All right. So what? Still nobody watching. So okay. So what's the product? What's the product page gonna be, right? We're gonna have a grid of all the products, simple grid. Have the image, name of the object, and its price. The description is specifically to be used when you click on it. So that means React router DOM. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let's. What are we doing here? Products. Return. It's a function. Right? Okay, let's make a class name. This is gonna be, I guess, just products. Lowercase. Products. Okay. So now we need to go through and we're not breaking them up by section or anything. Sorry, phone call. How do I want to do this? to change this to items. So we need to iterate over all the items. And then we're going to map each item to a div to create divs to make all of the individual. Nope, see him doing all that wrong. Right, so, and then we're gonna have div, and each div will need a key. All right, that's what I learned the hard way from, I'm gonna make the key the title, from playing with React before. Everything needs a key when you're doing these maps and stuff like that. We're doing this array stuff. Everything needs a key. So, okay, and then the div itself will contain the image and all that, which is where, that's where the link needs to be. Yeah, so our link, and we're linking to, we're gonna link to, products. So we're going to be on products, and then we'll go to item.title, because that's what I want everything to come up with. So yeah. Yep. And we'll close our link. And then in there, we will have image tag, where the image will be from the item. So this will have to be, maybe I put it like this. Yeah, this is it. Man, I am. Image. Yeah. I don't know if that's gonna work, but I guess we gonna try it, right? Yeah, see, it wants to be inside of quotes. don't know if that's what I'm supposed to do or not. I don't really know how this works inside of things like this, like with quotes and everything. I don't really know. Should I put this inside or outside of them? Ooh, kind of likes it now. No. There it goes. What did I change? It doesn't want the quotes. Interesting. Okay. I'm fine with that. Okay. I don't think I need this here. Yeah, I don't. Price. I think this should do it. Alright. Yeah, especially considering we only got about 4 minutes left. Let's go back and see. So here we would need to import products. Oh. Okay, let me just. So this is product data. So for product, so we need this index. So we need to import products. Yes. And then export default products. Okay. Save that. Save this. Now we're here. Products. There we go. That. Okay. Okay, it's commanded that. Okay. So now products should work. Let's npm start. Check here. Okay, so home works, about works. Products works. However, the image doesn't work. but it does work as a link. Okay, well, we have everything on here at least, and I can go through and change the style, so they're not like all look like they're clickable links and everything. So that's not a big deal. But what is a big deal is the fact that the images aren't working. Yeah. That is definitely an issue. Okay. Okay, so we're out of time for this 50 minutes. All right, so yeah, time's up in 20 seconds. So let's do that, start our break, and then see how much we can knock out with our last 50 minutes, right? So break time. Okay, so we are counting down those last few seconds. Starting our last 50 minutes. I don't know if, well, let's see how much we can get done. Let's see if we can at least finish, fix these images, get them working, and then maybe get the product details page working. So, okay, where were we at? Let's see here. This is where we were. The images aren't working. So let's go to project data. Why aren't the images working? Is this the same nonsense where I have to use require? Let's check. There it is. That's it. Okay, so we will have to go through here and do this for everyone. But that's not a huge deal. At least it's straightforward. So we have to require, and what end? Okay, I don't think I need, do I need these? No, don't need that, so let's get rid of that, because it's the last one. So now it should work, right? Let's go back and look at it. There it is. Working. However, we do have to deal with the fact that all of the images are of a different size. And yeah. Which one looks best? This one looks a little, it's maybe still a little too large. Because I gotta be able to fit 4 of them across here. About products. See, I think this might be a relatively fine size. Let's look at how large that is. .233 by 251. I wonder if I should just make them all 200 by 200. Go and use image resizer. Oh, you guys aren't seeing. Okay, so everything I just said, no one saw. But like I said, so what I did was the images, I have to use this require thing that I used for the other one. I don't want to set, I mean, I could import all the images from product images maybe and go through and do all that, but I'm just going to do the require thing. Again, I don't know the super details about how it works or why it's necessary, but better than not using it. Something I was thinking. I've been using these headphones all day, and I'm not actually listening to anything. So it's actually pretty pointless, I think. Okay. So yeah, I have to use require, and I'm not sure why. I mean, I know why, because it doesn't work without it, but I don't know why, require is necessary there to pull in local images. So, but it works now. That's what's important, I guess. Bigger issue is the images are just all different sizes. Something I thought about when I did it. I should have just resized them then, but I didn't. So okay. Instead of moving on to something else, we're gonna resize all the images. So let's go to product images, arrows. Okay. So we're gonna open this up, and then we're not gonna crop. We are changing to 200 by 200. No, we're not keeping aspect ratio. I don't know exactly how to look. I don't want it to be too distorted, but let's see. That's okay. So we're going to download the image, and then we have to open it. It usually opens over here, and then we are going to product images, and we are going to arrows. Yes, replace. Okay. So we've just replaced arrows. See how it looks. That should be fine to do 4 across, 3 rows of 4 across. I think be a little scrolling, but it should be fine. So now we need to do that to each of them. Let's just save this, copy this so I have it. Let's see. Ugh. That looks awful. I mean, it doesn't look awful, but I guess my argument is it looks awful because I know how it should look. Right? It should be significantly taller like this guy. It looks very squashed because the original was 460 by 600, so it's much longer, right? It's much taller than it is wide. So I tried to just cram it into a square. I mean, it doesn't look terrible. It looks good. It's just not the exact way that it, kind of looks in the game. So let's change this to blue potion. And images, replace. Okay, let's look what it looks like. Oh, no, that looks fine. That looks good. Okay. So, open. Again, we're going to, so again, this one is taller than it is wide. I'm just going to download all of them, not care. Okay. And you get a little taller. Okay, well, at least this one's a square, so aspect ratio will remain the same, which is nice. Okay. Bow is basically a square. It's not quite, but it's really close, so that should look fine still. Just some of the other ones where the aspect ratios are very much, this is a rectangle, not even close to a square, that it's going to be pretty noticeable. There will be noticeable shifts in their dimensions, but hopefully it won't be too bad. Let's see what the hammer does. Hammer's a square, perfect. So that should be totally fine. Spell right. It keeps opening it up over here. All I'm doing is changing the name and saving it to replace the image in a folder. It's too much of a headache to move it over to the main screen every time, so I'm not going to do it. See, again, this one is very much a tall rectangle, so I don't know how nice it's going to look. You don't look too bad. See, this one also basically a square, so should be fine. Yeah, that looks great. Okay. This one, I mean, is literally 2 pixels from being a square, so no issues at all there. Yeah, it looks great. Okay. Ocarina. obviously a rectangle, but too rough. No, it doesn't look too distorted. And then last but not least, our slingshot, which again is almost a square. So, yeah, that looks fine. Okay. Okay. So now, let's go back here. Alright, the bomb chute. Okay, let's keep looking. Yeah, everything else looks fine. The bomb chute just looks... I don't know. The picture's kind of goofy looking anyway, I guess. So, but yeah, that's that. So, and see, it puts this %20 in between here, which I don't know how that works with all of that. So let's see how this shrinks. Yeah, it doesn't, not responsive at all. So I'm gonna have to go through there and do all, of course all this is because that comes standard with setting the HTML meta tags and everything, right? So, okay, so I don't need that anymore. Our products work. Our bag still empty, does nothing. Products work, and the routes do work to here, right? So that's at least nice. You know what I need? It needs an add to bag button. So from here, it needs an add to bag button, which means that I'm going to need to use state to do so. So I could push the item details into the state array and then pass that as prop to the bag, and then use that prop to generate the bag. That's what's gonna have to happen. Of course, I also have to be able to add to bag from the product detail page as well. So that's what my add button is. Here. Alright, so I need to build an add button. I don't think I'm gonna do the nav bar. I might need to if I want to update the bag. So normally on these e-commerce sites, right? Like, say I went to Amazon. If I went to Amazon and it says 0 in the cart, right? So I would need like a counter next to bag that indicates how many items are in the bag. I think that's actually specifically here as well. Yeah. Right. You can display title for each product as well as add to cart button. Once the user has submitted their order, the amount on the cart itself should adjust. So. Okay. So I need to set up an add button. I need to set up state on the product page. Product details page. And then when you press add to bag, it will add one of that item to the cart, to the bag. And then the bag will update the number in the nav bar, which means that I have to be able to pass props into the nav bar. I need to be able to pass state as props into the nav bar so that it can update the nav bar, which means that I'm going to have to build, it'd make my life a lot easier if I built the nav bar in its own component and passed that in there, and then so that I could pass the prop in. It's about to be a bunch of actual React work, not what I've been doing now so far. I've only got about 25 minutes left. I don't even know if I want to go down this path right now. Start on this. I can finish that. I also have, they added this. I went through and read it all. I haven't done the projects though, but I read all of them. But it's like I've been using Grid a lot already, you know, and most of this I knew, so I kind of just didn't do the projects. I could knock them out if I wanted. But at some point I'll go back and do them just for practice. Yeah. Okay, let's go reinforce some of my bad habits. The fact that I didn't use branches. I didn't use branches to make any of these changes. I should make a branch and do all the work on that branch for, like, say, when I was building out all of the product array with all the product data in it. I should have branched, made a branch, did all that work, committed it, pushed it to the remote, and then merged it into the main branch. This is what you're supposed to do, right? But I don't. I'm just like, oh, I'm just working and working and working. And I know that that is not the workflow that you're supposed to do. I need to spend time, or I need to spend time working on get comfortable with branching more, and then be focused and consistent with using it. But I haven't, so I'm gonna have to just do it the way I have been. So what are we committing here? What did we do? Way too much for a single commit. That's what we did. I'll just put, we'll create a product component with I'm going to capitalize that. Product info. We'll do that. Okay, so that pushed it all. Again, I need to do branching. So I'll use this as a moment, I think, to talk, because we have less than 25 minutes left. So I don't want to jump into setting up all the state and props. It'll probably be better to do that when I have some more time, because it's going to take significantly longer than 25 minutes. This is what this stream is going to be. It'll be me doing 4 50-minute blocks of time. I've done 3, now halfway through the 4th one, though I'm probably going to cut this off early. I'm going to stream in the afternoon as well. So, but I'm not sure if I'm just going to pick up where I left off in the morning, or I might do some other stuff. Maybe this will be, maybe the morning session would be good for doing the main work that I'm working on right now, the main project that I'm working on. In the afternoon, I can go and, do that Git section that I should probably do. Maybe do some, go back and review Git branching and some of those other things that definitely need to be reviewed and that I need to be using more. That could be beneficial. I also really want to go, let me show you guys. So everything I've seen says that this book is great. So, and I know at the end of the day that I'm going to be coding in React and eventually Node and have all these tools and stuff to do everything. But I know at the end of the day, the real heart of it all is going to be a JavaScript developer. So the better I can be at vanilla JavaScript, the better it will be for me. So I've thought about going through here, and reading through all of this. I've actually read through the first, this chapter, and I think this one as well. So go through and do some of the what they have there. So I've thought about doing that in the afternoon. And you guys can watch me go through eloquent JavaScript and see if I can figure out what it's talking about, but I don't know how exciting it'll be to watch me just read stuff. Though I know at the end of yeah, see there's like fizz buzz. There's like little looping a triangle. There's exercises at the bottom. So if doing the exercises would definitely be um, good material for the stream and stuff and all that. So now I'm assuming, that a lot of this, I kind of know, hopefully. But who knows, right? Yeah, while and do loops and conditional execution. What is this? If, okay, yeah. Yeah. Turn values, control flow, console log. Yeah, so it's like, I know most of this stuff, so I might not even need to read it, or maybe I can go through it quickly and get to the exercises and then just work on the exercises, and might be better for streaming material. So, but yeah, basically out of time on this one. So I at the same time too, my brain is starting to melt a little bit after 3.5 hours of this. So I definitely need a break. I definitely don't want to get started on the state and prop and all that stuff, which I think is the difficult part about React. Kind of understanding how state and prop works together, and I don't want to dive into that. My brain, kind of mush right now and needing a break. So I think I'm gonna call it here for the morning stream at least. Depending on how I feel, I might stream the afternoon. I might pick up and continue working on the shopping cart. If not, I might stream me kind of reviewing Git branching, maybe trying to do that first section of Eloquent JavaScript or something. But yeah, it's been fun. Thanks for, no one was here, but if you're watching this at some point in the future, kudos to you for sitting through 3.5 hours of my nonsense as I try to learn how to build things. So it's been fun, but I think that's going to be it. So see ya.